未来洗联储还 HDO 洗币，会别人抢着来成为国家流通的货币。接下来，被国家认可、主权认可、主权流通，甚至大的这沼泽地控制的金融集团流通，这是一定会发生的。
Good morning. Welcome to episode 31 of Crypto News Talk. This is Bindi, and I have my guest, 2007, as well as Lily. Say hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Thanks for coming to your show.
Great. Now, today, as usual, we will have to start our program with our disclaimer. This is not financial advice. It's just our personal opinion on crypto-related topics. If you buy or sell, please do your own research and take full responsibility. Never take any advice from influencers as well as us, okay? But we do have some great information. Before that, we're going to start our commercial. Called Commercial Lizette. Our program is still on at Beijing time, 9 o'clock on Sunday, 12 o'clock in Sydney. But if you're over in the US, that part of the world, the time is actually Saturday, 8 p.m. Now, coming straight into the topic for today, Q&A section, we have three things that we're going to talk about. We're going to recap what is unregulated, regulated crypto, as well as SEC regulation. Now, to start off, I'm going to ask, what does it look like when crypto is unregulated? We know that crypto is not regulated at the moment, but what does it look like? What risk do we have? Over to you, Lily.
Well, in an unregulated crypto market, essentially, it's just like the big Wild West. There's no central government oversight. There's no clear rule for compliance. And also, first of all, there's no consumer protection. There's no restriction who can buy or sell and who can trade. There's no regulations to check if there's any money laundering activities going on. There's no accountability. There's no KYC of consumers.
KYC, exactly. KYC seems to be the thing that we are hammering a lot on. How about if it is regulated? How does it look like?
Oh, well, okay, go ahead, 007.
All right, Didi, talk about what is if it's unregulated, right? I mean, we talk about regulated. This first thing I think of is tax compliance. When you're regulated, you sort of under the control of the government, basically, investors' protections. I'm not sure about that because namely you should have investment protections because this is what the regulator for the benefits of little guys. Isn't the case? If you look at every financial economical cycles, then you know the answer in the real world. Then annual audit requirement, but this is just accounting sense, so give you a comfort. The annual, anti-money laundering compliance. So that's a good thing, anti-money laundering compliance. So this is KYC. So know your customer, and we've been doing that all the way along. And you go to the bank, they make sure that they know everything about you. I think if you do those things, you feel really more comfortable, of course, rather than your account being hooked up with these back doors and customers' account, the trader's account is money is stolen. That's what happened to the FTX and then those things. Okay, back to you, Bindi.
Okay, we're going to move on next to talk about SEC crypto regulation. But before that, I just want to recap to what we have talked about in our past program. We've talked about SEC. We talked about that's a Securities and Exchange Commission. We talked about Commodities Future Trading Commission, CFTC. Other than these two, there are actually other agencies as well in the US, all wanting to have a say in the regulation of crypto. You also have Office of Controller of Currency, OCC. You also have Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, a lot of acronyms here, Treasury Department, Federal Reserve, as well as Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. All of these agencies, they all have impact or input in influencing American crypto policy. But today we're only going to talk about SEC crypto regulation. I'm going to ask Lily to take us through the Howey test that have been set by the US Supreme Court. Over to you, Lily.
Well, Howey test is it's a test that was established by the Supreme Court in the case of SEC versus W.J. Howey in 1946. It's been widely used by courts and regulators to determine the status of investment, to determine whether an outlay of money constitute investment. So it has 4 elements basically to consider if certain outlay of money constitute an investment. First of all, there must be an outlay. It has to be a contribution of value by somebody, okay? The one who pays. And also to pay to who? Who is the common enterprise? The investment must be made with the expectation of making profit. Okay, the expectation of making profit by somebody and solely from the effort of others. So these 4 elements would determine whether this is an investment. And if this is an investment contract, then it will come under the ruling of SEC. So I guess SEC wants to have the ultimate say of having the authority of laying the rules from now forward in the crypto market.
Yeah, everybody is fighting for that turf. 277, you want to say something about SEC crypto regulation?
Okay, well, SEC, we don't, they can set up all kinds of structures or whatever. What they're really doing, remember Miles Go said, SEC is what? Is DOJ, okay? They work together in the same building and the same people and working around basically DOJ, okay? Department of Justice, under which have SEC, okay? So basically you can see the priority of protecting and maintain the financial system stability is the main goal. We know now it's something different. It might be not totally related to our subject, but however, we have been observing what's happening in the cases, 77 cases against the Miles Gore, the whistleblowers movement's founder and the new federal state of China's leader. What happens is, this whole, procedural justice and from A to Z, all the details I don't want to go into, but we see it seems being corroded by the CCP as well. This is the biggest worry. Doesn't matter if you work with the CCP together. That's where the biggest problems. So I probably like to ask Bindi to talk about if you like to elaborate the points that I'm trying to make in your terms. Thank you.
The only thing I know is that as far as Chairman Gensler is concerned, SEC has clear regulations. Basically, he's applying what is applicable to stocks, to Bitcoin. And SEC is arguing that cryptocurrencies are securities and can be regulated. And that's fighting for turf between the SEC and CFTC that we have gone through in the past. And that is actually what SEC commissioners Hester Pierce said, that SEC can set up a regulatory framework for centralized entities in the crypto space. And she has long called for SEC to work on this. Now, moving on forward to the main dish that we have today, the main topic that we have today, which is talking about UK installing 18,000 ATMs nationwide. But this is not just any ATMs. These are actually ATMs for GBPT, which is GBP stablecoin. Now, we know that the concept of ATM is actually not new, but it is 18,000 in UK, 18,000 ATMs in UK. Now, right now, there are actually about 39,000 ATMs all throughout the world, 95% of which are actually in the UK. So what's so new with this? It's new because Pound Token is the sole issuer of GBPT. which is a pound stablecoin. We have heard of USDT. Our program has already covered USDT, USBC, but those are USD stablecoins. This is pound stablecoin. This is new in that sense. Why ATM? They think this is what our discussion point is. Why ATM? Now I want us to ask either of you, what's all these ATMs about? Because you think we think that ATM is a dinosaur in the world of currency, especially you are talking about digital currency. Why ATM? What are the limitations, but what are the advantages that these companies think that they have by installing 18,000 ATMs in UK alone? Maybe 2007, you want to go first?
Okay, thank you. I think the first thing in my mind is that given the old dinosaur system has already been there and it works fine in terms of electronics, okay? So just add a little bit of value. I'm sure it's not free if you withdraw and use Bitcoins. So that is added value for the dinosaur installer and the maintenance guy, okay? That's number one thing I can see. If in a large scale, such as 18 ATMs, it's still economies of scale in UK. This is something different than United States. I think what the second point, the third point is, since this ATM being used by everyone, okay, almost everyone who have KYCs done, so it is easy to track in everyone's financial statement and record by this link, okay? That's the three things I can think of, but of course, Bitcoin is new, and there be more, a bunch of coins like H-coin and the Gatcoin maybe get ready for the integration of other coins, because you can't just do one coins. So I think they are ready to provide, showing the muscle, okay, being an old imperial nation of the Great Britain that, the sun never set. Now they restart again, and maybe they're trying to, as you said, just compare with the United States, what they're doing, and we've got to have something equivalent, right? So that's a big head of the government. Thank you. Back to you, Indy.
Okay, Lily, what do you think the advantages are in installing 18,000 ATMs specifically for withdrawal of GBP stablecoin, which is a stablecoin specific for pegged to pound, 1-to-1 to pound?
Well, I think this is my personal opinion. One is to convert more users, okay, to convert the British population who have been resistant to Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, try to convert them to be more open, at the same time maintaining the fiat. And also at the same time, since Britain has sort of like decoupled from the EU, they need to keep their pound flowing. Like, is it a part of their plan to maintain the status of British pound in the world? So this is my take, but personally, I think the installation of 18,000 ATM, it's a clumsy method, because from my experience, it still does not take away the what they call disadvantage of having fiat. For example, safety, like how safe are the ATMs, whether they will be robbed. From my own personal experience, I have worked in a building where they have ATM, and when they uninstall the ATM, they have to dig, I think, a meter down of concrete to remove the ATM. So when you have, because you have to enforce the ATM, right? Because otherwise anyone can sort of put a truck and put some sort of iron rope or chain and just pull away the ATM with all the cash.
Yes.
So it does not address the problem of fiat. You know what I mean? And also,
Yeah.
what about counterfeit cash? Right? It's the fiat in the ATM. Anyone can swap it for counterfeit cash, especially when we know the photocopy technology or also the counterfeit technology is so advanced. One of the reasons we have cryptocurrency is to ensure, well, there's no counterfeit, right? And of course, there are other issues as well, which we don't have time to look into. So that's my take. So imagine that all these 18,000 ATMs, you have to enforce them with a meter of concrete for the stability and the safety of it. It's a big cost.
Yeah.
And also,
You know, the funny thing is that to me, it's quite funny for the report to media report to be saying that the move marks another step towards the UK becoming a crypto hub. That's not how you become a crypto hub, by having 18,000 ATMs. Isn't it funny compared to what China is doing in Hong Kong to become a crypto hub? It's not by way of 18,000 ATMs. I think it's pretty funny. ATMs has so many limitations. Probably they are just trying to convert 5% of people who still use access ATMs, and maybe they are trying to increase their revenue because the transaction fee is very high for all this crypto to fiat type of conversion. Do you have any other thoughts after I'm missing this about digital hub 007?
Yeah, I think when UK say they're going to become a digital hub, well, we've been doing our HPay program for that long. HPay, all you need is a smartphone. That's all it is. Okay, and the cryptocurrencies. The future is not going to be geared into called heavy asset. ATM machine in terms of installation, maintenance, and as Lily said, just to prevent the thief, the pulling of the concrete, you gotta have iron bars and so on. And people, when they out of desperation in the in the next financial crisis and the darkest part of the world, I think they're gonna put up any machines as long as there's some cash inside, wouldn't it? Even your safe inside the office is not safe anymore. They're gonna draw and they're gonna easily find the tools to do that, to confiscate some cash. So I think to put an image of, okay, we're going to be industrially advantaged because we got this invented steam machine, that's fine. But now it's a quantum computer era. So by have a physical ATM machine means a burden to maintain such a heavy asset.
Yeah, I think so too. But then they said, oh, I think they're being, it's a very noble idea to say that we are going to give access to crypto for non-tech savvy people. Very noble idea. But I think that's our criticism of it. But then probably they are moving in the right direction by coming up with a GBPT pound stable coin, because the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, is I can't call him a crypto bug, but he is in support of digital settlement assets. So that is a good thing. A move in the right direction, but not necessarily implementing the right plan per se, but is a good move in the right direction. Now, let's move on to talk about our rock star, Mao Squaw. Mao Squaw has, of course, always staying in front of many things, development as far as tech development as well as currency is concerned. Let us have our director. Could we have the video, please?
我拿到 Get Coin 怎么兑现呢？好，我告诉你，我和你承诺期是2年，你2年必然兑现，不兑现你找我。如果说那我现在就要兑现，那现在就可以马上，不超过3周，你就可以拿到积分卡。按照积分卡一认定，钱拿走，现金。全球700多个种，现在听说要达到几千种啊！而且一定要记住的，下载 HPay， 下载 KYC， 在6月1号全球数字货币法下来之前，一切你都是合法的。无法可依的时候，行为的结果就是法， 公众的利益就是法。别那些流氓是不是啊？那些中心化的政府敲诈老百姓，乱印钞票，剥削。在你没有6月1号全球货币法正式全球统一实行之前，所有行为都是法。币安赵长鹏这个孙子从没 KYC 过，啥人没有。喜联储 KYC 全人类最难，结果被他们关掉账号。天下之黑暗，你可知道？不要让恐惧、懦弱、无知迷糊了你的双眼，让你失去金钱，失去家人和未来。
Okay, we're back. Now we want to talk about GetACoin, HPay, HCN, but specifically want to talk about more leaning towards GetACoin because that's something that has just come out, and we have in the past covered HCN and HPay. We want to contrast it against UK's move in installing ATM for GBPT. Let's have either one of you just have a look at, tell me, whoever goes first actually has a bigger advantage because you'll be rattling off things that the other guest doesn't get to rattle off. GetACoin is using a completely different approach from ATMs. It is based on mobile phones, a little bit like WeChat. You know how popular WeChat is as far as payment is concerned, as a payment platform. What other advantages do GetACoin has over an ATM-based stablecoin? 2007.
Thank you. Well, there are mountains advantages over those, old image of industrialized kingdom with steam machines and burning coals. I mean, that's the early era of industrialization through the from enslaved society into a machine efficiency. Now we're come to a quantum era. We come to spacecraft technology. We come to what? Go into different dimensions. So one is a dinosaur thinking, one is I suppose alien thinking, which we are. Okay, we're based on Earth, but we're alien thinking. We go beyond the limitations. Okay, everyone is Albert Einstein as those guys. So come to the point. Number one is flexibility. Okay, easy access, a wide range of choices. So it sets all. Flexibility is the key. It's applicable for everyone. Okay, anyone who have done KYC too. We also make it illegal, make it money laundering sounds impossible. Okay, control. So that's the most important part of it. I think by have these two parts, also integration of what is called totally free internet-based. Okay, the GetCoin or 躺平币 or GetCoin. Okay. Get that one, and the only spread like it called air spread, okay, airborne, air spread into every users related to getter how with the $0.01 cost. So the cost almost zero. The transaction fee in the next 2 or 3 years is zero. Okay, so you don't have 20% transaction. You know what Miles Go said? When you're charging that high transaction, you are exploiting every users. In the end of the day, if you transact 5 times, all the money becomes the asset of the dinosaur system. This called, all right, credit card machines with bunky there. Okay, that's all I have to say. Maybe we'll back to Lily. What do you think?
Well, I just want to contrast it with the physical ATM. So for example, if I need to pay something, I don't need to run to an ATM at certain hours. When I need cash in the middle of the night, I don't have to risk my life going to ATM to access my cash because that is something very important to me. I guess being a female, because if you go into any ATM and draw any fiat, there is always a risk that somebody who are behind you, and when you walk to your car or back to your hotel, back to where you live. Is there anyone following you? Even people can be robbed inside the ATM of banks, and we have seen that happen. Okay. So, and also, I don't have the risk of drawing up counterfeit cash. I don't have the risk of, as long as I know how to protect, sort of like how to look after my passwords, I don't have the risk of my card being, my password being stolen at the ATM when I'm inputting my PIN number. Okay, I don't have the risk of counterfeit ATM, which has happened before, where the front of ATM have installed a counterfeit cover of actual ATMs. So when we compare that to an app that is on the phone, that can bring us to us anywhere, anytime, when we have internet connection, like what 007 has mentioned, and also in the future, we will be on satellite connection, which puts us at the front of science and technology. So I just want to share that for now.
Yeah, I think right now we are still at a stage where conversion of Get a Coin is to reward cards or prepaid, some sort of prepaid card. So in that sense, reward card, a prepaid card is still equivalent to me like cash, because you can just walk in and scrap the password and use it just like cash. But it is not cash per se, it's in fiat, as in hard currency, but it is reward.
Yeah, that will address some taxation issues as well, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. I think it is.
Yeah, I'm back. This is terrible. Even though I have Ethernet cable, I still drop out. So anyway, talking about where we are at as far as Get a Coin is concerned, definitely we will move on to the next stage, will be Get a Pay. It's just like HPay like that. But is there something else with Get a Coin that is far exceed what GBPT is doing with the ATM? Is there something else?
Oh,
Get coin.
To my understanding, it's convertible at any time. Right.
Okay.
Into convertible anytime into gold. Okay. Into cash via our HPay to buy, H coin and H dollar. So I think the flexibility, the integration, the speed, not rely on an old ATM machine, okay, and also the freedom, the idea of freedom of my money, my control. When you use old ATM machine, this is still old communication controlled by the government, okay, British government. Anytime they can stop your payment if they want to.
Yeah, I think this thing about reward card is a very, very intelligent design, because the problem is that everybody is wanting to get away from banks, from the control that they have, because we've seen it with the protests, the pro-democracy movement, the freedom movement. I would say the freedom movement in Canada, in Australia, everywhere else. The government is coming after people's wallet by freezing their bank accounts. With this Get a Coin and the way that you can actually redeem your Get a Coin using reward system, and it is even good for use in mainland China. Yeah, you can get away from control of the CCP. So this is true financial freedom. First thing. Second thing, there is no fees. With all the crypto that you have seen, whether you are buying, selling, and of course cashing out, the fees is horrendous, and they are not so fast anyway. Bitcoin, the speed is so slow. Yeah. So what we have with HPay, with Get a Coin, with HCN, there's no fees. First thing, it's instantaneous. When you are transferring from one to another, it is instantaneous, and that's something that we cannot be beaten. That's what I think is something that is great with Gettercoin and HDO, HCN. And of course, we are coming out HEU as well, which is Himalaya Euro. Compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's no wonder Bitcoin. Mount Scott said that Bitcoin and Ethereum will all be history very soon.
Yeah.
No wonder.
So I think.
You want to say something? Yeah.
Yes, and what I want to say is that it doesn't matter what kind of design you have, but to driven human race into the future for high effective, high efficiency, freedom from any old central government control the model of society, we must rely on the most advanced technology, which Getcoin doesn't have any burden. Born with freedom, people, okay, looking for freedom. And it's already half of the earth, basically. Okay, people looking for freedom. We know in the United States, half. Okay, half of the people are already waiting like that, which will leading to the future of the human race. So with quantum computer, with with this data being stored on the space, so you have all the assurance of your money will be you are the one who controls your money, and also you can quick use in any kind of dimensions as you wish to with the speed of light. That's all it is. So it gives us all the equipment and a reliever from old oppression government, politics, anyone, okay? So truly you get the freedom. We'll make sure that you got enough these coins, okay, in your wallet. That's the main initial funding. And they're working together with Getter and the new Federal Reserve China take down the evil system.
There's one more last point that we haven't covered off. Lily, do you want to cover off the last point that we haven't talked about with Gettercoin? How can we earn Gettercoin other than of course we can take our fiat to purchase Gettercoin at 1 cent per coin at the moment, not yet, but soon. But there is something else that people can do with Gettercoin, can earn Gettercoin. How else can people earn Gettercoin?
The name will give you the clue. The Gettercoin is available in Getter platform. Getter is our latest social media platform. And if you have an account there, spend time there, you can earn credits with your viewing, with doing your programs, and advertise yourself, your goods and services. And the Gettercoin, you can accumulate. Gettercoin is by spending your time there. You'll be paid for your time spent, and how people reward you with your output.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to open account on the Getter. Become a fee, and then let's earn good coins. Spending time is money. Okay.
Okay. Great discussion. We have come to the end of our program. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next Sunday, 9 o'clock Beijing time, 12 o'clock Sydney time, Saturday, 8 p.m. US time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
For watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye.